So I want to take a second and go over some of the stuff that I've got. My FCX24 Blazer. It's got steel gears, speed motor, brass wheels. I think those are Hobby Sole. Good looking truck. SCX24, that one's my son's truck. It's been made into the tow pig. My custom gooseneck from, what was it, Big Country Toys. Get them on Amazon. But it's been stretched an extra, I think it was right at 4 inches. Stretched it, put a plate, grip tape, little ramps to get to the top. I need to widen that deck out next. But there's also storage underneath that trailer for 2 batteries, all the tools that you need. There's more storage for batteries up here. I've got a Bluetooth speaker that I can Velcro in right there under the truck, so you've got sound on the trail. It also Velcros into that truck. My 10 scale Red Cat mud truck, brushless. Nothing too fancy, mostly stock. It's got steel upgraded diffs, stock servo, rubber band body hold down. Because mud truck, that should not be plugged in. I didn't realize there was a battery in it. But it's been a really bulletproof little build. I'm loving this one. This is my newest project. It's a WL Toys 144001, a little 14 scale buggy. I've converted to 2-wheel drive, basically just pulled the axles out of the front and gone to way too much power. VXL 3S system, Valion 550 or 3650, whatever you want to call it. Spectrum. Needs a lot of tuning. Stock shocks. Get the fronts a little softer. Went through and put long travel springs off an SCX24 in between there and there. But in doing so, I changed out the O-rings and now they leak like a sieve, so there's no oil in them. But you got plenty of weight transfer out of the front. And then my SCX24 dragster. Custom build. I need to put a receiver back in it. The trouble's been keeping a drive shaft because it's directly driven to this motor. It keeps wanting to spit the drive shafts off, but that is a 2430 brushless motor out of a Losi Mini B is what this came from. But it is direct drive to the drive shaft and to the rear end. That's a lot of angle, but whenever it's actually on the ground and going, it's pretty much straight. See if I can get a little. Aluminum rear housing, because when I was testing this originally with the plastic housing, it ended up melting the worm gear through the front of the housing right here. Just pulled it out. So that got upgraded, but pretty much everything else is a custom set of frame rails that I designed and had, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I will see if I can find his information and post it down below. But this one is yet to be tested under this configuration. Last time I had this motor in it, it was going through a stock SCX transmission. That didn't last very long, as you can imagine, but it 18.9 miles an hour. And it balloons the tires about 3 times as much now. So I'm assuming if it stays on the ground, 25 to 30 maybe. But I like giving stuff way too much power, guys. That's just kind of my thing. That's what I like to do, is stuff that it shouldn't do. Trailer's got custom suspension on it to go along with all the storage and everything underneath. My SCX24 mud truck, that's just chilling back there. That is a repurposed, cut up deadbolt cage. Gladiator links, so it's the same length as that truck. This one was graciously donated to me by a very good friend of mine. It is all brassed out, all mofo stuff everywhere. Big beefy diff weights down there. This thing is an absolute performer. Love that truck. Still got the bumper on it, but it's been custom mounted to be as high as the body so it doesn't hang up on everything anymore. It's one of the first things we did to it when he got it. I had some gigantical tires on it at one point, these. So I trimmed the fenders out a little bit to fit better. It just barely clears in the rear. But whenever it's got tires that fill the fenders, it looks really good. But that's my RC collection thus far.